Your next act is from a grand entertainer from Houston. He's performed his comedy variety show at colleges, comedy clubs, and festivals around the country, including the Las Vegas Comedy Festival. You might have also seen him on NBC's Last Comic Standing. Put your hands together for Jim Mackinzie!
Good evening, my name is Jim Mackinzie. I'm going to start with a little bit of culture for you real quick. I know, I'm sorry. What I have in my right hand is paper parasol, all the way from Japan. My left hand, a rubber ring, let's just say from the Orient. Another way of saying from Japan, it might actually be from China. It could be more dangerous than I realized. Sorry. A bit of traditional Japanese juggling. Well, that was quite the surprise. This trick never gets a response. It's not usually in my show. I've come to the sad realization it is a bit of culture that can sadly only truly be appreciated by fans of NASCAR. I didn't think those two cultures would ever get together. Here we go, the big finish. Now, what I do is an interactive show. Jump the gun on the spotlight, that's okay. An interactive show, you get to decide what direction the show goes. If you like, I can do some more juggling, but if you, the voting audience, prefers, I could do a very disturbing sideshow stunt. Thanks for appreciating you have a choice. Now we're gonna vote, so if you get the little black box from underneath your tables, it's live theater, I can actually hear you like we just did, so by applause, screams are shouting, how many people this time would like to see some more juggling? Surprising number, actually. By applause, screams or shouts, how many would rather see a gross sideshow stunt? Okay, I see how this is going. But I also, as they brought the lights up, I noticed not everybody voted. I know. So just in case some people were visiting from Florida and still confused by the voting process, sad that's still funny. Don't have to write new jokes when you have Florida, do you? A quick recount. By applause, screams and shouts, how many people would like to see the next juggling trick of death? See, it sounded like it might have been more people, but I noticed after a few seconds it was the same people. They were just a little more enthusiastic because I sold the trick better with the of death tag. The rest of you did the math and realized if someone dies during the trick, but I'm still here, it doesn't look good for somebody else. So just to be fair, by applause, screams, and shouts, and we had some enthusiasm that time. How many would still rather see the gross, disgusting, repulsive sideshow geek trick? My people are here. I need to let you know what you're about to see is not magic. I do not perform any magic ever in my show. I know people like magic, and I don't want to disappoint those people. Maybe they're from Florida. A quick magic type illusion for those. Don't clap for that, you're reinforcing bad behavior. That was an illusion, nothing really happened. This, however, is very real. And the very reason I don't perform magic in the show. I am indeed about to swallow this sword. Now, if you've ever... Surprise. Now, if you've ever seen a magician claim to swallow a sword, you'll never see them do this. Handle the blade. Because their sword doesn't have a blade. It collapses into the handle. It's a fancy tape measure. This is solid steel. It's actually a little chilly this evening. I'm going to warm that right up. Now, there's an optical illusion that's fairly safe to perform. You might have seen yourself. It goes like this. Didn't mean to blow that illusion for you, sorry. I say fairly safe because I've actually scratched my ear doing that. I know. Now that's not what's going to happen. To help prove to you this sword is in my throat, once I've swallowed the blade and it's in my throat, I'm going to reach up and move my throat. Where's the fast forward button? Come on, go. Now, I love it when that grosses you out, but then I always see a few people in the audience are like, it does work, check it out. Move your own, don't move your neighbor's. Now when the sword is in place and I move my throat, if you watch the handle, you'll see the handle move a little bit. Now it's only going to move a little bit if I attempt to move the handle a lot so the people in the balcony could see. People up front might get to see a lot more. Sometimes there's a splash zone and a sword swallow in the show. Here we go. Down the hatch. It's an odd taste. Now, I'm sorry, but I won't be able to speak once I do this. I just want to let you know, it is very real. When I do pull this blade out of my body, and I am still alive, I wish to hear from everyone here that we're all here having a good time, still alive. Here it is, down the hatch. I figured out that taste. Live and learn. Now, if that wasn't too gross for you, I have time for one more sideshow stunt. Would you like one more? Awesome. There's one person that will not. She can look away for a moment. This is a public service announcement, something you might have heard before. Never, ever run with scissors. Especially on a dark stage. Never run with scissors. That's all they say. They don't say why. Just leave you to believe it looks dangerous. And it is dangerous. If you were to run with scissors, you could end up looking like this. Two people are like, you asked for it. Now wait, I know, I haven't finished. Here's the pose. No. One day soon, I'm going to walk into the local hospital or doctor's office in the area I'm performing. I'm just going to walk in, sign the waiting sheet, sit down and patiently wait. Just so I can watch the people there like I'm watching you here. I totally understand if you don't want to look at this. Don't look at me. Look at your neighbor looking at me. That's the show. I'd also like to study human nature, see if anyone would be kind enough to offer to let me go ahead of them, so I can thank them for their generosity and say, it's okay, really, it's just a running injury. I seem to have twisted my ankle. All right, here we go. One last thing with the scissors, that's right. I'm going to do a trick with the scissors that are in my face. That's a phrase you will never hear again. Some friends of mine gave me a t-shirt that said, keep staring, I might do a trick. And I said, cool, but I'm only going to wear the shirt when I have scissors with me. And I've had to do the trick a few times. Watch closely. I'm going to attempt to move the scissors using a bit of mentalism, using only the power of my mind. I'm sorry, it's not until I say mind I realize how nasal I sound. Using only the power of my brain power. I'm using brain power. Not touching the scissors with my hand, moving the scissors. Watch closely, it's very subtle.
Bless you.
There's that, folks. And they almost joked out. Here it is. You guys are an awesome audience. I have one last thing to say. My name is Jim Mackinzie. I'm from Houston, Texas. During intermission and at the end of the show, I have a new thing called scissor selfies. Yes. Let that sink in for a moment. If you hashtag scissor selfie, I will be in the lobby and outside, intermission, and into the show. But right now, out with the scissors, on with the show. You guys are awesome.